A huge part of being consistent and successful in your fitness journey is based on your habits. The difference between someone who has already developed the habit of going to the gym and doing cardio versus someone who is barely scraping by each week trying to brute force himself into doing those things is absolutely astronomical. And it doesn't have to be just going to the gym or doing cardio, it can be literally anything. Developing habits is very important because when things become a habit for you, you do them automatically without the need to force yourself each day. You don't even need to think about it, you just go and do it. And that is the perfect state of mind that will guarantee your success. So let's take a look at how to develop a fitness habit. First of all, you need to clearly set what kind of habit you are trying to develop. It can be anything vague like, I will start going to the gym more. Like, what does that even mean? By setting such a vague goal, you are setting yourself for failure. You need to clearly set what you are trying to achieve. So instead of, I will start going to the gym more, say something like, I will start going to the gym 4 times per week. Just by doing this, you will increase your chances of creating a habit. The second step is to set the time when the activity will happen. Once again, this cannot be vague. Don't say, I will go to the gym in the evening, because that is not binding at all. It doesn't create any sense of urgency, and you are so much more likely to just say, it's too late now, and just skip the gym altogether. So plan ahead and clearly set the time when the activity will happen. Treat it as an appointment that you cannot skip, and put the highest amount of priority on it. It doesn't matter that the boys are telling you to go play League of Legends with them. You got your appointment in the gym, which is of the highest priority. You know, if you had an appointment with the dentist, you also wouldn't skip it just to play League of Legends with the boys. So treat it in the same exact way and put the highest priority on it. Once you have set your goal and the time, you need to do one more thing. You need to prepare in advance for the activity that you will be doing. So if you plan on going to the gym, put all the necessary stuff in your gym bag beforehand. Or if you are planning to go on a run, be prepared beforehand for any unforeseen problems that might occur. You should already know what you will do when the weather goes bad or if you are just feeling low on energy. If you figure it out beforehand, you will have an easy time just slicing through the problem and continuing to build your habit. Because what usually stops people from building a habit isn't doing the activity itself, it's the times when something unexpected happens, when life just gets difficult out of nowhere. That's when all the hard work you have already put in goes out of the window. Your goal is to make the activity that you are trying to create a habit for as easy and as accessible as possible. This way, when life gets tough out of nowhere, you can still adhere to your habit because you are prepared for every scenario. But if you were not prepared and the life just hit you when you weren't expecting it, you would just get overwhelmed and you would give up all that you have built. Just ask yourself, will I be able to continue developing my habit even if some unforeseen problems come up? And if the answer is yes, then you know that what you have done is good. This is a really important step, so don't underestimate it. But the next step is even more important. It might very well be the most important step of them all. Do you know what this step is? Oh, you don't? Well, let me tell you. This step is all about starting small and adding more over time. As you might have heard, it takes around 2 months to form a habit. That's why your goal should really be to start small. It's exactly as I said before. You need to make it so easy for yourself to do the activity that you will do it even if you are super tired. A lot of people seem to struggle with the idea of starting small, because everyone's brain instantly switches to the fear of missing out mode, but we need to eliminate this. Think about it like this: if you want to start running and you go balls to the wall right from the first day, then you are technically not missing out on anything, but the issue is that it's not sustainable. You will be able to push it for a week or so before you crash and burn. But if you instead decide to take it really slow and you run small distances each day and slowly increase that over time, you will be able to do this for years to come. And if you compare these two approaches, who truly missed out? Yes, it was the person who blasted it right away but quit after a week. It's a little bit like the story of a turtle and a hare. Simply put, slow and steady wins the race. I talked about something similar in this video, where I break down how your first 30 days in the gym should look like. And what I say in there is heavily based on this mentality. If you are struggling with consistently hitting the gym, you should adopt a similar mindset. Maybe you don't want to go to the gym because you are dreading working out for 2 hours. Or maybe because you really hate or are afraid of some exercises and that makes you not go to the gym at all. Whatever it is, try to find a solution. And the solution is usually rejecting the conventional wisdom or however you want to call it and just doing your own thing. Just do what you want to do and what you like in the gym. And see how your will to actually go there will change for the better. It doesn't matter if you go to the gym and do 3 sets of lat pull downs and 3 sets of bench press and leave. It's completely fine. If this is what it takes for you to actually go to the gym, then do it. Just start small and you will see that after a couple of months it will turn into a habit and you will gladly start adding more and more over time. It really isn't about trying to maximize the activity right away, it's about creating momentum. And the only way of building momentum is to start from a complete beginning and slowly increase that in the future. It's like if you were starting a car, but instead of starting it in the first gear, you would start on the highest one right away. Your car would just tell you to piss off and shut itself down immediately. And if you try to do the same thing with your body, the results will be identical. So remember, in order to start up your habit, always start in the first gear, and as your momentum increases, you can switch to higher and higher gears over time. And before we get to the next step, let me tell you about my training and nutrition plans, which are the simplest and the easiest guides to follow and understand on the whole internet. So if you are looking to take your physique to the next level without feeling overwhelmed, go check them out. The link is in the description. Alright, back to the video. What we of course cannot forget about is tracking your progress, which is really important for building a habit. Not only that you will clearly see your progress, but it's also an awesome tool that will help you stay motivated when you see how far you have come. For this purpose, I would highly recommend a paper notebook. Sure, you could use your phone, but there is just something magical about a paper notebook. The decision is up to you, just make sure that you are tracking your progress. Doesn't matter how you decide to do so, as long as you just do it. You will be surprised how helpful it actually is. Imagine that you are trying to develop a running habit. And each time you go on a run, you write down the distance you ran or the time that you ran. And with each run, you will be able to look down in your notebook and see the number increase. And let me tell you one thing. We as humans love to see when the number gets bigger. It's just hard-coded into our brains. So even though running might not really be that exciting for you, seeing the number go up certainly will be. But you will only see the number go up if you write it down. Which brings us to the next step, which is actually rewarding yourself for the work that you have done. But listen carefully. Reward yourself only after you have done said activity that you are trying to turn into a habit. For example, if you like playing video games, then always do the activity first and only then allow yourself to play video games, not the other way around. This might not seem as that big of a reward because you would have probably played video games anyway, but the lesson is that you should always do your work first and only once you are finished with it you can enjoy your free time. This will make sure that you won't skip the activity that you are trying to build a habit for. And also, it's a much better feeling when you can load up your favorite video game without any regrets going on in your mind, telling you that you skipped or that you should have done better today. And the last step that just puts it all together is patience. As I have said multiple times in this video, patience and starting slow is absolutely crucial for building a habit. You know, you might be that turtle going really slow, but if you persevere, you will get to the finish line before that hare that just crashed halfway there. I have a very strong feeling that this video right here will help you out. Go see if I'm right.